Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Śrīla Prabhupāda. Maxime, how are you? Good to see you. And it was nice to see you on the screen early at the program. I'm going to change the invitation in our letter, Ram Raghava, that we send out to everyone, that the program is going to be starting 15 minutes earlier. So instead of 10 o'clock, it'll be Eastern Standard Time. It'll be 9:45 because the program starts with japa. Yes. And this is to prepare us mentally, spiritually, to be receptive to the ecstatic, transcendental experience that people are ready for, and prepare them to experience ecstasy, spiritual ecstasy during the program. I say this for Jaya Pandit quite frequently to our group, that the demigods are coming to attend this program. Yes. Why? Because it is unadulterated, unchanged, and unedited presentation of Śrīla Prabhupāda's teachings. And everybody that has a real desire to glorify Krishna will come to these programs, even from other planets, to experience them. Because this is the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in disciplic succession. Vijaya Pandit, is that significant? It is. I'll answer for you, sorry. It is very significant because a lot of groups aren't. They're attracting a lot of people, I know that. And everyone has a right to choose who they want to associate with. Yes, that's the material world. Independent free will. And some people are coming with us on this journey of ecstasy, Pierangelo. Now, we got some very positive comments yesterday from people that were at the class and then called me after and celebrated the feelings that they had after the class from a spiritual point of view. Because Prabhupada explained it like this, pudding. You can't understand what the flavor of the pudding is unless you taste it. You can't know it. So experience is the qualification, that you have an experience. And it makes you feel some sort of transcendental emotion. It's an internal experience, just like eating. How do you like what you're eating? Well, if you taste it, you can figure it out. I like it or I don't like it. And some people may not like the particular food that they're tasting, and they'll throw it away. That's what they do. And some people will say, oh, I really like this sweet rice. It tastes wonderful. I'm an expert in sweet rice, by the way. Some people will say, you're bragging. Oh, bragocious. Well, I'm not bragging. I tasted Radha-Kirchhour Gopinath sweet rice for 16 years every day in the Toronto Temple. And I also got sweet rice when I went to Raimuna in India. I took a group of devotees to India for the Prabhupada Mayapur Vrindavan festivals, and me and Nandi Keshwar, my past friend, we would go to Jagannath Puri every year for 5 years straight. And then I took, diversions to, and I went to Raimuna with our group. We had about 8 of us. We went and had a big kirtan in front of Kirchhour Gopinath, where Madhavendra Puri went. And when we finished the kirtan, the people there were like, oh, wow, It was so enthusiastic and exciting. And I still remember the head pujari came out. He put the garland from Gopinath around me. I was like, whoa, this is like it wasn't like it was a transcendental pastime that I was in. It was such an amazing experience by the grace of Śrīla Prabhupāda, of course. It was all his mercy on all of us. And then we sat down and they served us all beautiful sweet rice. So if you taste the sweet rice, then you'll know what it's like. So when people come to our programs, they'll know what it's like. And I wanted to read a section. This morning I was greeted with a message from one of our godbrothers at the Forest Temple. Go ahead. Ram Raghava, I sent that message over. Take a look at this. I'm going to read this to you. It was a beautiful experience. Good morning, Vishwakarma Prabhu. A glowing orange, nearly full moon is setting in to the Pacific dawn haze right now. And as in the east side, about our east side out, our bedroom window, the sky is lightening, sun riding behind the coastal hills. Thank you for being such a beacon of positivity in an otherwise distraught world. Hare Krishna. I'm feeling fortunate to have such association of the two of you, good men, and the others, yes, all of us, it's a team, who make it worthwhile waking up on these days. Haksiyam, how do you like that? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? That we as a group have a wonderful opportunity 3 times a week. We call it our sadhana program, our PhD program, Vijaya Pandit, these sessions of learning and ecstasy. And you should feel ecstasy from these programs. And we've changed the programs, as you know. We've changed it quite dramatically. Ram Raghava knows it. We take good ideas. He had a good idea. We expanded on it with bringing in the Prabhupada speeches. And they're so interesting and certainly a highlight of the program. So we've added the japa class. Yes, we've added the japa class at the beginning, at 1:45, and then at the end of the program, because the program's going longer now. It's like a Howard Stern experience. Like in the sense of not what he talks about, but it's longer. It's a longer program. More Krishna Katha, more participation in the program. So the program starts 15 minutes earlier and it goes on just about 2.5 hours now. We're trying to get to 3 hours, but we'll let that unfold. Excuse me. Not everybody is required to stay if they don't want to. But when you experience the whole program, there's ecstasy here. There is. And it's spontaneous. Ram Raghava, it's a spontaneous evolution. For me, it's sort of like I'm paralleling it to music. We used to have a jam band. And I had a guitar player that played. He was one of the best in the world. And he played at our shows, and he would be so magnificent on the guitar that people would come from everywhere over the years to see us. But it was a jam. So this is an evolution of our program. We're using that same technique of adding in the good. The more good we can give, the better it is. We have the Prabhupada lectures. So we have the japa class, 2 sections of the program. We have a new opening and closing sections. The new closing section will feature all the people that are participating, our branch offices. The production crew, all the people that are working behind the scenes to make this happen, and we thank all of them for stepping up. And some people think, oh, this is easy. Well, it is in a relative sense, but it is detailed. There's so many things that come on the program, the verses, the different sections, bring about a deeper understanding. All the different quotes, the different sections of the show give a deeper understanding of our philosophy that is exclusive to these programs. And you know, I always say this, and I want to clarify it. If people don't like it, that's all right. You can go with some other program. It's not we're kicking you out. We're just saying if you don't like it, then go where you like it. But we love this, and I have a lot of people that I deal with that express these emotions to us on an ongoing basis. We'd like more people, but at the same time, we have a lot of good people. And it's interesting to note, Joe Felice in Hamilton, and thank you for coming to the program. And it's a very detailed explanation right from the beginning, is that we have a lot of people coming to the program who are new Prabhupada disciples. That's it. Like if you look at the list right now, and I'm looking at it now, and I know we have some other people on YouTube that are attending. I think we have 4 or 5 Prabhupada disciples that were initiated up to 1977 on the program. Mother Ruchisha, Ram Raghava, myself, Yaśodā. There's 4 there, and possibly a few more of you in the group. But all of the people, we'll have about 40 people on the program, and they're all new candidates or new initiated disciples of Śrīla Prabhupāda. That's called a Bhakta program. New Bhaktas. And the Bhaktas that are with us, these people that are either Prabhupada disciples or to be initiated Prabhupada disciples, are the quality people that are taking this up. Now, what someone could say to me, Vishva, VK, V, that's not very many. Huh. Well, it is a lot because we're interested in quality people, and we'll expand. We will. It'll come of its own accord. And these people that are joining us, they are being entrusted with the legacy because we all must pass. We must all go. We have a variety of classes. We have kirtans. Now in the classes, we have 10 offenses. And we have to read those. We used to read them every day, Ram Raghava, if you recall. Every day. And so we read them 3 times a week, and after a year or so, all of us will have them memorized. Because repetition of a good thing is, Radharani Mataji, a very good thing. Repetition. And the sections of our program, like the opening, isn't that opening so beautiful, Ruchishi Devi Dasi? There's a background music at our opening and closing, but the real essence of it is what's written on the screen. These words that we're using to focus everybody on what is going to happen when they come to this program. And it's not a joke. People that minimize what we're doing, they're entitled to that. But for me, they're fault finders. Fault finding means you don't accept the truth of the matter. You can't see the reality of it for all the spots on the moon that you focus on. Very big mistake. And it's offensive. Blasphemy. There's a variety of lectures. We focus on the different classes. We have a section now. We move these sections with Yaśodā-nandana Prabhu in different directions after we finish a particular topic. We have our living guru now. Hey, Pure Angelo, very interesting section. And we also nowadays, I'm focusing on other books, as you know. So I've been focusing for the last couple of years on different books in our program, but nowadays we've been focusing on the Krishna book, jumping ahead into the Krishna book. It's usually books that I'm reading personally, like all of you, and I'm highlighting some of those sections. And we're going to go to a section today. I decided on this. I'm thinking about this when I make my journey to Mexico tomorrow, to Yotapec, that I'm tempted to review the Nectar of Instruction again. Tempted, but we'll see. We'll jam it, hey, Pure Angelo? We'll jam it, you know what I mean? We'll feel it out. But we're going to read this section of Nectar of Instruction. Ram Raghava got a hold of me before the program. He very diligent. He asked me, well, what are we going to put up? And I said, well, today I've been looking at this for the last week or so, different sections of Nectar of Instruction. And we'll read this as part of our opening program. Go ahead. Nectar of Instructions. Very interesting. The essence of all of advice is that one should utilize one's full time, 24 hours a day, in nicely chanting and remembering the Lord's divine name, transcendental form, qualities, and eternal pastimes, thereby gradually engaging one's tongue and mind. In this way, one should reside in Braja, Goloka Vrindavan, Dham, and serve Krishna under the guidance of devotees. Devotees. And that's what Prabhupada created, a movement of devotees. And we're fortunate that we're all his devotees. One should follow in the footsteps of the Lord's beloved devotees. Oh yes. Guru, Shastra, Sadhu. Get association with spiritually minded people who are properly trained in Krishna consciousness, properly. And we have all kinds of new devotees. They're eternal devotees, but they're new. They're reigniting their journey back home, back to Godhead in this group. One should follow in the footsteps of the Lord's beloved devotees who are deeply attached to his devotional service. Yes, we are attached to Prabhupada's legacy. Since the mind may be one's enemy or one's friend, one has to train the mind to become his friend. Yes, unruly. And we all know how unruly our minds can be. The Krishna Consciousness movement is especially meant for training the mind to be always engaged in Krishna's business. Yes. Just like Mother Danishta, she's always busy selling Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam every day. And she'll do it for the rest of her life. And we'll keep producing it as long as we can. The mind contains hundreds and thousands of impressions, not only of this life, but also of many, many lives in the past. These impressions sometimes come in contact with one another and produce contradictory pictures. In this way, the mind's function can become dangerous for a conditioned soul. Just see the analysis here, eh? Just see it, hear it. Students of psychology are aware of the mind's various psychological changes. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, yam yam vapi smaram bhavam, jajapi anti kalevaram, tam tam evati kontya sad tad bhava bhavitaha. Whatever state of mind, of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will attain without fail. At the time of death, which is coming for everyone here in this room, the mind intelligence of a living entity create the subtle form of a certain type of body for the next life. If the mind suddenly thinks of something not very congenial, one has to take a corresponding birth in the next life. On the other hand, if one can think of Krishna, at the time of death, he can be transferred to the spiritual world. Goloka Vrindavan, this process of transmigration is very subtle. Therefore, Rupa Goswami, Śrīla Rupa Goswami, advises devotees to train their souls in order that they will be able to be unable to remember anything else than Krishna. Similarly, the tongue should be trained to speak only of Krishna, to taste only Krishna Prasad. Śrīla Rupa Goswami further advises, Tishtan Braje, one should live in Vrindavan or any part of Brajabhumi. Brajabhumi, or the land of Vrindavan, is supposed to be 84 kroshas in area. 1 krosha equals 2 square miles. When one makes Vrindavan, thank you, his residence, he should take shelter of an advanced devotee there. And in this way, one should always think of Krishna and his pastimes. This is further elucidated by Rupa Goswami in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Krishnam smaranam jnanam chasya, prishtam nija samhitam, tat karma rataschashu, kuryad vasam braja sada. A devotee should always reside in the transcendental realm of Braja and always engaged in Krishnam, Smaranam, Jnanam, Chasya, Preshtam, the remembrance of Sri Krishna and his beloved associates. Like all of us, we're the associates of Śrīla Prabhupāda and Lord Chaitanya. This is the Sankirtan movement. It's a real reality that we're trying to embrace, everyone. Embrace it. The following in the footsteps of such associates and by entering into their eternal guidance, one can acquire an intense desire to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by the way, devotee association is critical for one to remain stable in Krishna consciousness. If you get good association, you've got a handful of diamonds. That's what it is. If you ever had a handful of diamonds and they glitter, they're amazing. But more invaluable than diamonds are the diamond devotees of the Prabhupada Disciples Association, Hare Krishna Society. Yes, Śrīla Rupa Goswami states in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Seva Sadaka Rupena Siddha Rupena Tratrahi Vadbhava Lipsana Karya Braja Loka Nu Sarata. In the transcendental realm of Braja, Dham, the spiritual world, that is, in your mind, one should serve the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, with a feeling similar to that of his associates, and one should place himself under their direct guidance of a particular associate of Krishna and should follow in his footsteps. This method is applicable both in the stage of sadhana, spiritual practices executed, while in the stage of bondage, and in the stage of sadhya, God realization, when one is in siddha purusha, or perfectly, spiritually perfect soul. So there are stages. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has commented as follow on this verse: one who has not yet developed interest in Krishna consciousness should give up all material motives and train his mind by following the progressive regulated principles, namely by chanting and remembering Krishna and his name, form, quality, pastimes, and so forth. In this way, after developing a taste for such things, one should try to live in Vrindavan and pass his time constantly. Go ahead. Remembering Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, qualities under the direction and protection of expert devotees. This is the sum and substance of all instruction regarding the cultivation of devotional service. Maybe we should go on with this. It's very intriguing. But it's really explaining the essence of how to utilize your time, how to use your energy and your focus to get the maximum return from your use of time, which is our most valuable asset. In the neophyte stage, one should always engage in hearing Krishna Katha. This is called Shravana Dasa, the stage of hearing. By constantly hearing the transcendental holy name of Krishna, Vijay, and hearing of his transcendental form, qualities, and pastimes, one can attain to the stage of acceptance called Varna Darshana. A forest temple. When one attains this stage, he becomes attached to the hearing of Krishna Katha, just like we are. And so many of you come early. Some people will say, how come there's only a few? Well, many are called, few are chosen. When one is able to chant in ecstasy, he attains the stage of smarana vasta, the stage of remembering. Recollection, absorption, meditation, constant remembrance, and trance are the 5 items of progressive Krishna smaranam. At first, remembrance of Krishna may be interrupted at intervals, oh yes, but later remembrance proceeds uninterrupted. When remembrance is uninterrupted, it becomes concentrated and is called meditation. When meditation expands and becomes constant, it is called anushmirti. By uninterrupted and unceasing anushmirti, one enters the stage of samadhi or spiritual trance. Different stages. Takes a lifetimes, maybe one lifetime. After smarana dasa or samadhi has fully developed, the soul comes to understand his original constitutional position. At that time, he can perfectly and clearly understand his eternal relationship with Krishna. This is called sampati dasa, the perfection of life. Chaitanya Charitamrita advises those who are neophytes to give up all kinds of motivated desires and simply engage in the regulative devotional service of the Lord according to the directions of the scriptures. In this way, a neophyte can gradually, develop attachment for Krishna's name, fame, form, qualities, and so forth. When one has developed such attachment, he can spontaneously serve the lotus feet of Krishna, even without following the regulative principles. This stage is called Raganuga Bhakti, or devotional service and spontaneous love. At that stage, the devotee can follow in the footsteps of one of the eternal servants, associates of Krishna in Vrindavan. This is called Raganuga Bhakti. Very detailed explanation here. Raganuga Bhakti, or spontaneous devotional service, can be executed in the Santa Rasa when one aspires to be like Krishna's cows or the stick or flute in the land of Krishna, or the flowers around Krishna's neck. In the Dasha Rasa, one follows in the servants. These are the different mellows, rasas related to Krishna, of servants like Chitaka, Patraka, or Rataka. In the friendly Sakha Rasa, one could become a friend like Baladev, Sridham, Sudam in the Vatsalya Rasa. Characterized by parental affection, one become like Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, and in the Madhurya Rasa, characterized by conjugal love, one could become like Srimati Radharani or his lady friends, such as Lalita and her serving maids, Manjaris like Rupa and Rata. This is the essence of all instruction in the matter of devotional service. And I'm going to wind this up by saying, look at this, Prabhus, and you tell me that Prabhupada didn't give us the highest truth. In a short summary, if you can understand just this one purport, you'll go back home to Godhead by practicing what he has taught us here in this verse. And this is the highest ecstasy that you can experience on the material plane, hearing the transcendental message of the pure devotee. It's amazing. We're going to move forward with our next section, which is Prabhupada speaking. And then after that, all of the other different segments we've created for all of us to ride this train, this plane of transcendental ecstasy. Haribol.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam.
Translation: O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart, and arise, O chastiser of the enemy.
Bhagavan Krishna is encouraging Kuddam Hridayadadbal. For a Kshatriya to speak like that, no, I cannot kill my kinsman, I am giving my opinion. This is weakness, cowardice. Why you are all this nonsense doing? Khuddam hridayadadbalam. This kind of compassion, giving up your duty as a Kshatriya, it is simply weakness of the heart. It has no meaning. Kalbangmasmagamah parthya naita tvai upavattati. Especially for you. You are my friend. What people will say? So, give up this weakness of the heart and uttishta, stand up, take courage. You just see how Krishna is inducing Arjuna to fight. The people are very much ignorant, and they sometimes criticize that Krishna is exciting Arjuna. He is very gentleman, non-violent, and Krishna is exciting him to fight. This is called Jaradarshan. Jaradarshan. Jaradarshan means material vision. Therefore, Shastra says, Atah Sri Krishna Namadi Namaved Graham Indriyai. Sri Krishna Namadi. We become in touch with Krishna by chanting his name. Hare Krishna. That is the beginning of our connection with Krishna. Namadi. The Shastra says, Atah Sri Krishna Namadi. Adi means begin. So we have no connection with Krishna. But if we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, immediately our first chance to contact Krishna begins. So it has to be practiced. Not that immediately I realize Krishna. That is not. Of course, if one is advanced, it is possible immediately. So, Sri Krishna Nam Adi. Nam means name. So Krishna is not only name, Adi, that is the beginning, but whole activities. Just like Savanam Kirtanam. The Savanam Kirtanam, glorifying or describing about Krishna. So he has got his form. So Nam means name, and then Roop means form. Nam, Roop, Lila means pastimes. Gun means quality. Entourage, his associates, all this. Atasya Krishna Namadi na bhavet grayam indriya. By ordinary senses, we cannot understand. Either Sri Krishna's name, we are hearing through the oral reception, Krishna's name, but if we keep our ear without purification, of course by hearing it will be purified, we have to help. Help means to avoid the offenses, 10 kinds of offenses. So, in this way, we shall help the purificatory process. Just like if I want to ignite fire, so I must help the igniting process by drying the wood. It will very soon get fire. Similarly, simply chanting, that will help also, it will take time. But if we avoid the offenses, then it will be very quickly purified. The action will be there.
Pack filled with information. It begins with chanting the name. This is, before we move to our next section, I wanted to comment. It's very important when you go out and meet people. A lot of times I do this. I force them to chant. I'll say to them, Hare Krishna. They look at me, yeah, what? What do you want? I go, listen, hold on. Can you repeat after me? Hare Krishna. And they do it. Hare Krishna. What does it mean, Vijaya Pandit? They've started the process to go back home, back to Godhead, because there is more benefit in one name that they chant than anything they do in their whole life. Just one holy name. So this is a Sankirtan trick. Get everybody to chant one name and bless them with this opportunity to chant again in the future, according to the plan of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. We're going to move forward with our next section of the program of ecstasy, which is the, and by the way, today we're reading from the Delhi Bhagavatams, which are available for purchase from us. So if you're interested, please get in touch with any of us, Ron Singh especially, our logistic manager, and we'll ship these books out to you globally, if we can. So we're going to move forward with the reading and discussion of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from the Delhi Bhagavatams. And here we are, look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Haribo. Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, Prabhupada's going to lead the chanting into this particular section of our program. Haribol.
Sai. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yaśodā-nandana Braja Jana Nandana. Yaśodā-nandana Braja Jana Nandana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupāda ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavindra ki jai. Nāmācārya Śrīla Hridas Thakur ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप धाम की जय। स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled Lord. Thank you very much.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. From Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 1:1:1. Narayanam namaskritya Narayanam namaskritya Naram cheva narottamam Naram cheva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayam mudirayat Tato jayam mudirayat. One should utter the means of conquest, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, after offering respectful obeisances, 1, to the personality of Godhead Narayana, 2, to the Nara-Narayana Rishi, who is the supermost human being, 3, to the Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, then 4, to Śrīla Vyasadeva, the author. From Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 1-4. Welcome everyone to this reading and discussion on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. As we do every week, we will be reading from the original 1962 Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and all the purports, synonyms, and translations are from His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupāda, Founder-Ācārya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, also known as the Krishna Consciousness Movement. As we do every week, we will be reading a few selected verses from the first canto, second chapter, which explains the meaning and the benefit of hearing this powerful transcendental literature. Yadanudhyasina yukta karmagaranti nibandanam chindanti kovidastasya ko na kuryat kataratim. Intelligent persons do cut off the internet of the knot of reactionary work by remembrance of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, who will not give attention to his message? Shushrushoho sraddhadanasya vasudeva kataruchihi Syan mahatsevaya vipra punyatirtanishevanat. O the twice-born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely freed from all ranges of vice, a standard of great service is done. And as the result of such great service, affinity in the messages of Vasudeva is made possible. Shrinvatam svakata Krishnaham punyasravana kirtanaham Ridyantasto hyabhadrani vidunoti suritsatam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is also the Paramatma in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, does cleanse the desire for material enjoyment in the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge for hearing his, Krishna's messages, which are themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Nashtaprayeshu bhavadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. By regular attendance in the Bhagavatam class or rendering service unto the pure devotees, all that is inauspicious in the heart of a candidate becomes destroyed almost to nil, and thus loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, comes into being an irrevocable fact. Tadarajastamo bhava kamaloba dayaschaye chitayiterana viddam stitam sattve prasidati. As soon as irrevocable loving service is fixed up in one's heart, at that time the effects of the nature's mode of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire, and hankerings, etc., do disappear from one's heart, and he becomes fixed up in a mode of goodness, which makes him completely happy. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogataha bhagavat tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. Thus, when one is positively fixed up in a mode of unalloyed goodness, the enlivened-minded man, affected by contact of devotional service of the Lord, can positively know scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead in the stage of liberation from all material association. Vidyate hridaya grantis chidyante sarvasamshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani drishtaevatmanishvare. The knot of one's heart is thus pierced, and all misgivings are cut into pieces. The chain of furtive actions are terminated, along with the seeing of oneself, the dominating factor. We will proceed with our verse for today. We are reading from Canto 1, Chapter 7, text number 19. Okay, hold on. Ataupasprisht 19. Yada asaranam atmanam ekshata shranta abhajinam astram brahmashiro mena atmaranam dvijatmajaha. Yada, when, asaranam, without being alternatively protected, atmanam, his own self, ekshata sa, shranta vajinam, the horses being tired, astram, weapon, brahmashiru, the topmost or ultimate nuclear, mena, applied, atmaranam, just atmatranam, just to save himself, dvijatmajaha, the son of a Brahmin. Translation: when the son of a Brahmin saw that his horses were also tired, then he considered no other alternative for protecting himself than the use of the ultimate weapon known as Brahmāstra, nuclear weapon. Purport by Śrīla Prabhupāda. At the ultimate issue, only when there is no other alternative, protection or conquering, the nuclear weapon called the Brahmāstra is applied. The word Dvijatmajaha is significant here because Aśvatthāmā, although the son of Dronacharya, he was not exactly a qualified Brahmin. The most intelligent man is called a Brahmin, and it is not a hereditary title. Aśvatthāmā was also formally called as the Brahmabandhu, or the friend of a Brahmin. A friend of a Brahmin or the son of a Brahmin does not mean that one is Brahmin by qualification. Such friend or son of Brahmin, when fully qualified, can be called a Brahmin and not otherwise. Aśvatthāma's decision being immatured is purposely called herewith the son of a Brahmin. Ataupasprisya salilam sandade tatsamahitaha ajananam api samharam pranakritra upastite ata. Thus, apasprisya, touching in sanctity, salilam, water, sandade, chanted the hymns, tat, that, samahitam, being in concentration, ajanam, without knowing, api, although, samaharam, withdrawal, pranakritra, life being put into danger, upastitite, being placed in such a position. Translation by Śrīla Prabhupāda. Although it was not known to him how to withdraw the nuclear weapon, still his life being placed in danger, he touched water in sanctity and concentrated about chanting the hymns for throwing the nuclear weapon. Purport. Subtle form of material activities is finer than the grosser form of material manipulation. Such subtle form of material activities are effected through purification of sound. The same method is adopted here in the matter of chanting hymns to act as nuclear weapon. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shigurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Bhakti Siddhanta Shishyaya Bhaktivedanta Namine Prasannaya Prashantaya Tasmai Shigurave Namaham Bhagavad Vandanam Khadyam Guru Vandana Purvakam Kshiram Sharkara Yuktam Kadatehi Visheshataha Adadana Strinam Danteridam Yache Punaha Punaha Srimadrupapadam Bhoja Dulishyam Janma Janmani Amsho Bhagavatosmyaham Sadadaso Asmi Sarvata Tat Kripa Pikshako Nityam Tat Prishta Sat Karomishvam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sometimes when these descriptions of nuclear weapons, which were used more than 5,000 years ago, people are astonished. How could these people have such weapons since they did not have modern technology? Well, this particular technology described by Śrīla Prabhupāda is done by chanting mantras. This science is not known nowadays. It has been lost, but it exists in the Vedas. Now, the problem here that we have is Aśvatthāmā is being chased by Arjuna. Arjuna promised Draupadi, because Draupadi was very aggrieved. She was crying after hearing that her 5 sons had been killed. They had been beheaded by Aśvatthāmā. And Arjuna promised Draupadi, I will bring you the head of that so-called Brahmin. They call him a Brahmabandhu, a friend of a Brahmana. We actually joked on this program a little bit. Nowadays, we have a whole generation or whole group of people called Guru Bandhus. Although they claim to be qualified, they promote themselves as being qualified spiritualist or spiritual master by their behavior. They have proven themselves to be just like a Guru Bandhu, just like the terminology in the Bhagavatam of Brahmabandhu. Now here, very important to note that although this Aśvatthāmā was the son of Dronacharya, Prabhupada says, although the son of Dronacharya, he was not exactly a qualified Brahmin. The most intelligent man is called a Brahmin. It is not a hereditary title. Aśvatthāmā was also formally called as the Brahmabandhu, or the friend of a Brahmin. A friend of a Brahmin or the son of a Brahmin does not mean that one is Brahmin by qualification. Such friend or son of Brahmin, when fully qualified, can be called a Brahmin and not otherwise. Aśvatthāma's decision, being immature, is purposely called here with the son of a Brahmin. This is very important. Atmaranam dvijatmajaha. The word in Sanskrit in the text is dvija atmajaha, the son of a Brahmin. Now, this is quite important because nowadays, especially in India, we see so many people, they are wearing the upavita, the Brahmin thread. They're wearing the Brahmin thread claiming that they're Brahmin. Are they qualified? They claim Brahminhood simply on the basis of birth, but this is not the qualification. It is a good start, just like being the son of a judge is a good start to eventually become a qualified judge, but it's not sufficient just to be born in the family of a judge. One has to become qualified by education. He has to go to law school. He has to graduate. He has to practice law under supervision of experienced lawyers. Then eventually he might become a judge. But not just because he says, I'm the son of a judge, put me on the bench. No one will do that. So this is a very important point. Very important point. Because we see here that Aśvatthāmā did not behave like a Brahmin. His activities were most despicable. Because also in text 20, it's important to note, although he knew how to release the Brahmāstra, the nuclear weapon, he did not know how to withdraw it. This is very important text number 20. Although it was not known to him how to withdraw the nuclear weapon, still his life being placed in danger, he touched water in sanctity and concentrated upon the chanting of the hymns for throwing the nuclear weapon. So this is a very important here. Very important. We see nowadays, Prabhupada in one lecture was complaining, nowadays they have so many weapons, but once they launch these weapons, they cannot withdraw them. If they launch a missile, they can't withdraw the missile. And so many innocent persons are affected. So many innocent persons are killed, unfortunately. In the Upanishad, Prabhupada mentions at one point that nowadays in human society, the scientists have invented so many weapons to accelerate death. Where's the weapon to prevent death? To solve the problems of birth, death, old age, and disease? That they do not have. Due to ignorance, they think that after this life, there is nothing. Well, there is something. The Bhagavad Gita warns for those who do not accept the supremacy of God, the supremacy of Krishna. He says, Mrityuhu sarvaharashchaham. At the time of death, God will come. Everything will be taken away. Everything will be taken away. And then another round of karma will come. That they cannot prevent. It doesn't matter how skillful, how intelligent, how famous, how rich. At the time of death, there's judgment time. Just like if you go to school to become an accountant or a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer, it's not that you just go to school. You have to pass a test. You have to pass a final test to make sure you're a qualified accountant or a doctor, lawyer, engineer. That's the final test. If you pass the test, you'll graduate, you'll get your certificate or diploma. If you don't pass the test, you may have to go back to school or go choose a different profession. This is very important because the ultimate test is at the time of death. What does Krishna say? Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajati ante kalevaram. At the time of death, you will attain what you will think about. Sada tad bhava bhavitaha. Krishna says, it is guaranteed you will attain to what you will think about. And what you will be thinking about is based upon your activities, upon your karma. Sometimes devotees ask, why is it that sometimes we see some devotees, they just come very new, but yet they're so attracted to the process, like they're very advanced souls? This is explained in Nectar of Devotion. Rupa Goswami explains that usually you cannot take to this process of bhakti unless you've done so in a previous life. And this is where the question of mercy of the spiritual master comes in. Great personalities from Śrīla Prabhupada come to this world to basically bring people to the path of bhakti. Now, it's very important to understand the distinction between two Sanskrit words. There's bhakti and there's bhukti, B-H-U-K-T-I. That's sense enjoyment. And bhakti, B-H-A-K-T-I, that's devotional service. And devotional service has to be performed according to the instructions and the guidance of a bona fide authorized acharya. Now, this is quite significant because we see so many persons, they become disillusioned, they become angry, they become frustrated, they become confused. Oh, I took such and such guru and such thing happened, and how can this possibly happen? Why did Krishna let this happen? So many questions. Okay, there's a solution. You can find the answers. Just like if a student in engineering is studying how to build a bridge, there are numerous materials to find out how you build a bridge. If you try to build a bridge over a marsh or a bog, that may not work. You may have to do some curative work over the bog before you can build the bridge. You don't just start building a bridge, tossing cement into the bog. That doesn't work. That may not work. Similarly, the process of bhakti or any problems one encounters, there are solutions to the problems. We've often discussed, because many times devotees ask the question, why is it that when we chant, sometimes we experience difficulties? And what should we do? If there are difficulties, what should a practitioner or a sadhaka do? This is explained by Śrīla Prabhupāda. Bhumos kalita padanam bhumireva avalambanam. Tvayi jata paradanam tvameva sharanam prabhu. One of Lord Krishna's name is Prabhu, master. He is the master. That, my dear master, I take shelter of you. And the example is given, even though there may be some offenses in the beginning. It says, just like when you try to go up a slippery stairway, if you try again and again and again, eventually you will be able to get up there. Similarly, by chanting again and again and trying to avoid offenses, eventually one will succeed. It is not sufficient to become discouraged or to become frustrated or to ask ridiculous questions. Why this, why that? Well, you can also read the books. There are numerous explanations why things happen. There are so many explanations explained by the pure devotee Śrīla Prabhupāda. It's there. It is not hidden. It is not a secret. Simply one has to carefully apply his mind and understand the process. Then eventually one will understand. Just like Śrīla Prabhupada in his writings, in his books, nowadays with his conversations, letters, and lectures, there are so many explanations, historical explanations. What happens, just like we were discussing, what happens at the time of death. What happens when people engage in whimsical, unauthorized activities? It creates a problem. That is one explanation. Another explanation Prabhupada gives, if there are reverses, sometimes that is beyond our understanding, is to be understood that some of these things are arranged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhupada in the Bhagavad Gita mentions, not a blade of grass moves without the will of the Supreme. Everything happens. We may not understand immediately due to our conditioning, due to the neophyte conditioning, but there are explanations. And as we grow more in the process of bhakti, we will understand. That is why Śrīla Prabhupada warned the devotees, don't try to jump to the Rasalila, to the Yugala Piriti activities of Krishna. All of this will be revealed when one becomes purified, when one becomes free from the bodily conception of life, one will be able to understand. I just want to mention that there in the Mahabharata, there is mention that after the war, Krishna cursed Aśvatthāmā for what he had done, that he would become a Chiranjeev. Chiranjeev means like an immortal, that he would live perpetually and suffer with sores all over his body, everywhere, and wander all over the earth, never finding relief, never finding peace. Because according to the Vedas, there are 8 immortals. They call him Ashtachiranjeev. They are Aśvatthāmā, Bali, Vedavyasa, Hanuman, Vibhishana, the brother of Ravana, Kripacharya, Parashurama, and sage Markandeya. These personalities that said they're going to live forever and engage in various activities supporting Lord Krishna's incarnation. So this is very important. Thank you so much. Back to you in the studio. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Oh, thank you very much. Very enlightening, I must say, and very interesting. And these purports and verses today were also very illuminating. Think about it. The power of sound. That these nuclear weapons, Yaśodā-nandana Prabhu, were launched by sound vibration. And in this way, and they were directed to one person, not killing millions of people all at once, like as the case here in this modern society, where people are fearful of mass destruction. And this is due to demoniac behavior, that people are demons, that they kill innocent people. And this is a tragedy. But the power of sound is very important, just like the holy name is the most powerful sound in the universe. There's nothing greater than the holy names of God. And Jesus Christ taught that. Call upon the name of the Lord. It's a very famous verse that the Christians use. Call upon the name of the Lord and you'll be saved. Of course, they think it's only the name of Jesus. That's their confusion. It's called sectarianism. This idea that we have the only truth. This is a mistake. Because truth is all-pervasive throughout the universe, the absolute truth. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti Shabhyate. And the absolute truth is known in 3 phases. Brahman, material energy, the light, as they call it, Paramatma, the super soul within the heart, and Bhagavan, Krishna, who's residing in the spiritual world. And this is a very important principle that we'll study later in our readings and discussions. Achinta Bheda Bheda Tattva. Yes, this is one of the key, Prabhus, principles that we have to learn, that God is simultaneously living in the spiritual world and expanded throughout the creation in every atom. Is it hard to understand that? Well, I can tell you, it's impossible. God is infinitely powerful, and therefore, devotees remain humble. That is why, when they realize what is great, then they realize who they are, and we are little insignificant specks in the universe. Actually, it's described, Gaudakesha. My friend Trevor, he has a new name, Gaudakesha, Conqueror of Sleep. He liked it. I said, that's your new nickname. 1/10,000th the tip of a hair size. Now, someone could say, well, that's still a material calculation. It's to give us an understanding of the anti-material particle. Yes, because it's hard to understand that material and anti-material particle. And Prabhupada describes it in detail in Easy Journey to Other Planets. It's a book that he wrote. It's a very brilliant book, and Vijaya Pandit is currently having that printed and distributed. The original 1959-60 version of that essay in Italian. And we're planning to do that eventually in English. Absolutely. So we're planning to do it in English, and we're planning to also do other things in the service of Prabhupada. But getting back to the nuclear weapon, Prabhupada mentioned that what happens, Ram Raghava, when all reasonable arguments fail? Prabhupada says, argumentum ad baculum. Have you ever heard that? That's Latin. He quotes it in the Bhagavatam, argumentum ad baculum. When all other rational discussion fails, then you take out the hammer. That's what Hamilton is, the hammer. You take out the hammer and you deal with it. Argumentum ad baculum. So there is punishment for people that commit offenses. They do get punished. And there are gross offenses taking place on this planet by the human beings. They're killing billions of animals every year. It's an ocean of blood. And people are ignoring it. Oh, it doesn't mean anything. It's karma, collective karma. Argumentum ad baculum. When everything fails, bring out the weapon. Yes, because they don't listen. Demons do not listen. They don't listen. They're not humble. They're not educated in higher principles of life. They're expert in making money. Big deal. You make money, you have money for your life, and then when you die, guess what? It goes away. Every penny is gone. Gandhi. It goes away. Where does it go? Well, it goes to someone else. The term is called chanchala. That Lakshmi is flickering. It comes, it goes. And we should know that the most important thing is the use of time to develop our spiritual life, Vijaya Pandit. Time is the most valuable and precious commodity that we possess, but time just moves so fast. Yes, it's unbelievable. We're not conscious of the movement of time, although both by rising, in the Bhagavatam in the second canto, there's a very interesting, both by rising and setting, the sun decreases the life of everyone, except those, there's an exception, that use their time in the service of the spiritual master and Krishna. I'm paraphrasing. Except those that preserve their opportunity by engaging in the service of Krishna and this bona fide spiritual master in the line of disciplic succession from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very important instruction. So many things are there in these scriptures, in this explanation of this wonderful philosophy to take us to the platform of ecstasy. Because when you're free from material contamination, when you're absorbed in hearing and chanting, you can taste the nectar even while you're in this material body. Prabhupada said that. Even while you're existing in this lump of pus, stool, urine, and so many different injuries and diseases, you can taste the nectar of Krishna consciousness by simply absorbing yourself, even for 1 second. 1 second. People used to say to me, Yaśodā-nandana Prabhu, have you ever experienced ecstasy? Have you ever experienced it? You know what my answer is, Ram Raghava? I said, by the way, I do recall, in 1973, when I was a devotee in a Brahmāstra outfit in Toronto in the temple, we were having kirtans, Vijaya Pandit, big, like symphony orchestras, phenomenal kirtans. And my godbrother, Uttama Shloka, was an awesome kirtan leader. We had lots of them. Sripati was there, Jagadish, Prabhu, all different types of devotees. And Kamsahanta was there. He used to get so fired up when the chant went on. And we would chant in the evening after Sankirtan, going out on Sankirtan all day, come back, take a shower, and then we'd go down to the temple room. We'd have a class, and then after that, we'd have a kirtan. That was it, the evening program. And I can remember being in the row with all the group, and it was so engaging that I forgot I was in the material world. It just went away. And the sound of the holy name, the groove, the focus was overwhelming. And I became caught up in it. It was like a hurricane. And I realized for 1 second, I had an experience of ecstasy. Of course, ever since then, it's gone away. Sort of. Of course, even today's program, hearing Yaśodā speak, seeing all the different sections, and watching this unfold, the ecstasy is coming for all of us. And I know some of you are in ecstasy. I can see it in your faces, the ones that put their picture up on the screen. The rest of you, it's just names, but at least I know you're here. And we have a lot of people that are coming, and that's good. We like that. A lot? How many? Not very many, but some. Because some people are just not interested. That's the conclusion. You could talk to them till you're blue in the face, and they will not come to the program because they're not interested. They're too busy making money, doing their own program, doing their own activities which they consider to be important. Fair enough. Your time is the most valuable thing you possess. If you want to waste your time with all this nonsense that's in the material world, go ahead. It's a reflection of your desire. I send out these programs every week to thousands of people, actually. You'll see me sometimes. I'm on my phone. Maybe you can't see me moving, but during the program, I send it out to groups. Oh, yeah. Groups all over the world. And there's lots of people in these groups, thousands of people in each group. And we're hoping that some of them accept, some people, we don't accept that your program. Okay, don't. Then I remember, don't send it to them. You don't want it, you're not getting it from me. Get it from somebody else. Argumentum ad baculum. I use that. When all reason fails, goodbye. You're not getting the nectar. Go away. Because we have discrimination. We don't need to waste our time with useless people. That's what happens. And especially when you get older, you don't want to waste any time, because time is our most valuable possession. And that's basically it. We could go on and on and on, Hakshin, but we won't. We're going to stick to our program. And we've got another section to our program, which is Our Living Guru. And it's another section which delves into the principles of hearing from an authoritative source, someone who knows, like a pure devotee of Krishna. You listen to him and you don't listen to bogus gurus. Let's move to that. Yaśodā-nandana Prabhu, here at the Sunday morning Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ecstatic class of hearing and chanting. Haribo.
So we are reading from the booklet Our Living Guru, section number 2.2. Nonetheless, a number of apparent Krishna followers recommend that the aspirant worship a new living guru. Why? Answer. These followers seem to have forgotten the sharp distinction Śrīla Prabhupāda asked them to draw between the liberated soul and the conditioned soul. As Śrīla Prabhupāda points out, presently people are so fallen that they cannot distinguish between a liberated soul and a conditioned soul. A conditioned soul is hampered by 4 defects. He is sure to commit mistakes. He is sure to be illusioned. He has the tendency to cheat others, and his senses are imperfect. Consequently, we have to take direction from liberated persons. This is from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 18, Text 5. Śrīla Prabhupāda explains, perfection is something totally different from what we find in the material world. Perfection means there is no mistake, no illusion, no cheating, no imperfection. From the TLK, page 98. Then we have, unless one can find a person transcendental to these 4 basic defects, Śrīla Prabhupāda cautions, one should not accept advice and become a victim of material condition. The best process is to take advice and instruction of Sri Krishna or his bona fide representatives. In this way, one can become happy in this life and the next. This is from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 14, text number 26. As Śrīla Prabhupāda reminds us, a conditioned soul cannot deliver another conditioned soul. Only Krishna or his bona fide representative can deliver him. From the Nectar of Devotion, page 79. Back to you in the studio. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
So, thank you very much. So much information, eh, Vijay Pandit? You having fun? I think so. We're all enjoying the association of like-minded devotees. And that is very important. There's a saying, birds of the same feather flock together. There's a saying. And this means that people with the same focus on preserving Prabhupada's legacy come together for that purpose. And they enjoy the association of God brothers and God sisters who are saying the same thing. And there's a few of us, and it'll expand. Think about it, Prabhu, Yaśodā-nandana Prabhu. When Jesus Christ was on the earth, I'm speaking a lot about him today, how many apostles did he have? It was 12. It wasn't very many. But it expanded, didn't it? In due course of time, look at, there's millions and millions of Christians. But it started out with Prabhupada by himself, and then he gradually expanded step by step. And nowadays, in 2025, There are a lot of new Prabhupada disciples, yes, that are working towards becoming Krishna conscious and at the same time working towards spreading this legacy principle of Vani, that Prabhupada is present in sound. He's living in sound and not Vapu. It's very interesting, Prabhus. And we'll go to the next principle very soon. Our next part of the program is one of our godbrothers, a really respected person was for me, because he had many years of intimate association with Prabhupada in the early years. But nowadays he's preaching this Vapuvad. How can you be initiated by a guru that's died? Okay. Argumentum ad baculum. You're gone. I'm done. Have your pastimes, do what you do, that's fine, be yourself. But when all reasonable discussion fails, then you bring out the nuclear weapon. That's it. And we're going to go to the next section, which is another lecture by Śrīla Prabhupāda. Prabhu? Is that it?
Hare Krishna, yes, it's a continuance of an excerpt of a lecture given by Śrīla Prabhupāda in London, August 4th, 1973, and it's on verse 3 of text, lecture of the chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, and it's called God is Good, He is All Good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Let's roll it. Go ahead.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam. So, Atasya Krishna Namadi Nabhavi Grayam Indriya. So this behavior of Krishna, how ordinary man can understand? Because they have got their ordinary senses. Therefore they mistake. Why Krishna? In Krishna's devotee, Vaishnava, that is also stated, Vaishnaver Kriya Mudra Vigyena Bujhar. Even Vaishnava, Acharya, what he is doing, even the most expert, intelligent man cannot understand why he is doing this. Therefore, we should not try to imitate the higher authorities, but we have to follow the order, injunction given by the higher authorities. It is not possible. Krishna is exciting Arjuna to fight, that does not mean we can also do that excite. No. That will be immoral. For Krishna it is not immoral. Whatever he is doing is, God is good, he is all good. We should accept it. Whatever he is doing, that is all good. This is one side. And what I am doing without authority's order, this is all bad. He does not require any order from anyone else. Ishvara Parama Krishna, he is the supreme controller. He does not require anyone's distraction. Whatever he does, it is perfect. This is Krishna understanding. And not that I have to study Krishna in my own way. Krishna is not subjected to your examination or your test. He is above all. He is transcendent. Therefore, those who have not the transcendental vision, they misunderstand Krishna. Here he is directly enticing. Klaivang mas magama Pathya naitatva upavadate Sudrang hridaya dudballam tapta uttishta parantapa. Parantapa is this word. Very word is used that you are a Kshatriya, you are a king, your business is to chastise the mischief mongers. That is your business. You cannot excuse the mischief monger. Formerly the kings were so. The king himself used to judge. A criminal was brought before the king. And if the king thought it wise, he would take his own sword immediately, cut his head. That was the duty of king. Even not many, about 100 years ago, in Kashmir, the king, as soon as a thief was caught, he would be brought before the king. And if he is proved that he was a thief, he has stolen, immediately the king will cut off his hands, personally, chopped off. Even 100 years ago. So all other thieves warned, this is your punishment. There was no thieving, there was no stealing, no burglary in Kashmir. Even somebody lost something on the road, it will lie down, nobody will touch it. The order was, king's order was, if something is lying down on the street, uncared for, you cannot touch it. The man who has left it, he would come, he would collect. You cannot touch it. In 100 years ago. So this capital punishment is required. Nowadays the capital punishment is excused. Murderers are not hanged. This is all mistake. Or rascaldom. A murderer must be killed. No mercy. Why a human killer, even an animal killer should be immediately hanged? That is kingdom. The king should be so strict.
Very dramatic speech here. And anybody who hears this that supports allowing criminals to go free on bail, even when they kill, will not accept this. They won't accept what Prabhupada said. Now, Prabhupada speaking from the principles of Vedic understanding, or as in the Bible it says, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. So this is controversial, very controversial. And sometimes we speak about controversy. We don't agree with the illusions and conceptions of people in the modern society. You know that, Vijaya Pandit. We've been radical all our lives. We never conformed. Like, for example, another controversial, and we'll go quickly, I'm just going to mention it, the moon landing. People believe that they went to the moon. Prabhupada said categorically they didn't go to the moon. Now that's a controversy, and I believe someone wanted to edit that out of Prabhupada's books because it's not popular. We're not here in a popularity contest, not at all. We're here to explain the facts according to a very deep understanding of Vedic literature given by the pure devotee A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupāda, and we will repeat it. Of course, we don't just constantly go out and, publicly proclaim it all the time. You have to know when and where. Like in our group here, you can hear this, you go, yeah, Prabhupada's right. So we're not going to go out on Facebook and say, oh, it creates controversy that we don't need. More, we're interested in presenting Ram Raghava, the truth of the matter, who is God and how to get out of the material world by the process of bhakti yoga. That's all. But if you want to explain this truth, if you want to argue with us, we will engage in discussion based on Prabhupada's teachings and our understanding of them. So we'll go ahead with the next section of the program, Ram Raghava, which is, what section? Is it the chant?
Recitation of the 10 offenses, and then one round of japa with Śrīla Prabhupāda.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's do this. Offenses. And remember, these offenses are serious. If you commit them, you'll be punished. So be careful.
Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 8, Offenses to be Avoided. The offenses against the chanting of the holy name are as follows. First, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Sometimes the atheistic class of men take it that any demigod is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. But one who is a devotee knows that no demigod, however great he may be, is independently as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, if someone thinks that he can chant Kali, Kali or Durga, Durga, and it is the same as Hare Krishna, that is the greatest offense. Third, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. Sixth, to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. Seventh, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Because by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can be freed from all kinds of sinful reactions. It should not be taken that one may continue to act sinfully and after that chant Hare Krishna to neutralize his sins. Such a dangerous mentality is very offensive and should be avoided. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities. Karma Kanda. 9th, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Anyone can take part in chanting the holy name of the Lord, but in the beginning one should not be instructed about the transcendental potency of the Lord. Those who are too sinful cannot appreciate the transcendental glories of the Lord, and therefore it is better not to instruct them in this matter. 10th, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names, and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success.
It's like weeding a garden. You have to take out the weeds, otherwise it'll kill the plant. So these offenses should be avoided at all costs. Let's move forward with the japa section. Here we go. Hare Krishna.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
It's a lifeline to the spiritual world, the chanting of Hare Krishna. So thank you, everyone. We'll move forward with our next section. Ram Raghava, please.
Let us offer our respectful obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnava devotees. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I offer my respectful obeisance. We all offer our respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desire trees, and we're full of compassion for the fallen souls. Thanks, everybody, for participating in this lively and informative discussion. Thanks, Vishwakarma Prabhu in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Vijay Pandit Prabhu, not too far, in Twainhart, California. Rochisa Mataji, dans la belle province de Québec. Krishna Kata Prabhu in San Diego. Ram Raghava Prabhu and his parents. Viprahita Prabhu and Rasikeshwari Mataji in Georgia, steadily attending the program. Bhakta Maksim Prabhu in Belarus, thank you. Spasibo. Rakesh Prabhu, Bhakta Roy in Mississippi, Kanta in Trinidad, Rupa Goswami Prabhu in Mumbai, India, Bhakta Vinay in Bangalore, Bhakta Vaishnav Prabhu, Shreya Mataji in South India, and everybody else listening on. Thank you so much for participating. And we invite you to come back on Wednesday afternoon at 5:00 p.m. for a reading of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita corresponding to 8:00 p.m. Eastern Time, USA. Back to you in the studio. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. And we look forward to your association on Wednesday. If you have any questions or you're interested in taking up devotional service with us in this mission, we're more than eager to hear from you. So you can send us in our new slide ending Yaśodā-nandana Prabhu. We have a panel of 7 or 8 devotees that will have their numbers and their numbers and their emails so that you can reach them too and ask them how you can be engaged with them in their particular part of the world in this effort that we're making to protect Prabhupada's legacy and keep it unchanged, unedited, and steady on the path back home, back to Godhead. All glories to the Sankirtan movement. Go ahead with this is the closing credits. Please read all the different sections of the closing credits and get an idea of how many people are actually participating in this mission. Haribo.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,